Alrighty, so today our presentation is about client-side wireless attacks. In our group we have myself, Ben Patch, Tyler Hall, Doa Tremblay, and Lyle Palger. First off, wanted to just kind of go over what were client-side attacks. So as you recall, in the past there are server-side attacks where the attack can come from a server. This one is focused on the client side, meaning us. That means that we have to enable the user to attack us. It's no longer some outside force, it's us enabling it by either by clicking on something or allowing something to have access to our computer. So it's important to know what kind of attacks will lead to that so we can avoid them. So what are some common client-side wireless attacks? Some of the most common ones that I have come across in my research are phishing, when people pretend to be a legitimate source or a legitimate website, hoping that people will, clients, you and I, will either access the data that they send us in an email or put in our account information to purchase something on a false sales website. E-commerce is a pretty it's becoming more and more popular for client-side attacks. In almost all client-side attacks, there's a huge factor of social engineering. Social engineering, where the whole point of a client-side attack is to try and convince you as the client to do something that would be malicious to your computer and to your information, to your life. So the whole idea of client-side attacks is revolved around social engineering. They have to entice you, they have to deceive you into giving them control over your computer in some way, which they'll abuse, and it'll ultimately hurt you. Infected downloads. These include common video downloads, a lot of the free movies that people will download. Many of those will be infected. They're free money-wise, but not cost-wise. They always put stuff in there. Audio downloads. LimeWire was a really big one. Not so much anymore, but it had a huge, when it first came out. I remember all of my friends had LimeWire. We're downloading audios, songs, sharing them with everybody. And it seemed like everybody that used it, their computers were just turned to junk afterwards. LimeWire, there were a lot of client-side wireless attacks used through LimeWire. PDF documents, you often see those in emails, which is the next one. PDFs, it says that it's instructions to do something, or a change in schedule, or your receipt that has a fraudulent amount of money on it, so you're anxious to open it. Lots of things like those catch you off guard because you're in an emotional state. They say, you owe us money or something. You're like, what? You want to open it? PDFs and emails are a big way that client-side attacks happen through. Images, people downloading images. You think it'd be cool for your background or whatever. Have to be careful what sources you download from. And then finally, loading infected websites. A lot of times that happens through emails. They'll say, hey, you owe us some money. Click here to see your account. You click on it. Takes you. This is similar to phishing. It takes you to a website that looks like eBay or looks like Amazon, but in reality is not. And so they get your information through that. Or it'll just be a website that says from a friend, hey, check this website out. It's got great stuff on it or whatever. Usually those ones are pretty obvious though. So be careful which websites you load. How to prevent client-side wireless attacks. The first and main one is to keep your applications up to date. Many client-side attacks happen through loopholes or little security faults in your applications. And people are paid lots of good money to constantly be updating and securing your applications so that those flaws only last for a small amount of time. So keep your applications up to patch patch them up, keep them up to date, so that when client-side attacks do happen, they're not as effective, or they sometimes will not be effective at all. Don't open files from unknown email addresses. Oops. Unknown email addresses. Sorry, I just realized this might not be full screen. I'm full screening it. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing full screen. Oh well. Don't open files from unknown email addresses. That's a big one. I had some experiences with this. I just posted some stuff on Craigslist, KSL, just recently. First time posting, and got a couple of text messages that seemed semi-suspicious, and they were around 4 a.m. in the morning that I got them. They were within like 5 minutes apart, and they said basically the same thing, which was like, hey, contact us about if you're still selling this and let us know. And I was like, well, why don't I just text you back? Why do you want me to email you? They sent an email address for me to contact them through. Looked it up, found out that it was a common scam. So don't open files from unknown email addresses. They were sending me an unknown email address. I'm not sure what the purpose of it was, what they would have done with it, but I was able to avoid that. Along with all of these, how to prevent them is just look things up. If there's a website you're not sure about, search it. See if someone else has complained about it. That's how I did it. That's how I figured out about those email addresses that they send me. Google's great for helping you be secure. Visit trusted and secure websites. If you're shopping, sometimes there's really cheap deals at websites you've never heard about. Just be safe. You want to trust the secure websites. Even if it's a few more dollars, it's safer and it's cheaper than having to replace your computer or replace all the information on your computer.
I just think we